Welcome back to the Music Room podcast. Today we're diving into a topic that feels especially relevant right now: how we can support transgender students in our music classrooms in light of recent events, including the results of the 2024 election and the language surrounding Project 2025, a set of policy proposals that might impact LGBTQ rights and educational standards. Regardless of what's happening politically, our goal as music educators is to create a safe, supportive, and inclusive environment where all students can thrive. Yet, after a divisive election and some specific proposals that could affect classroom policies, we have to be especially proactive about our approach to inclusivity. Let's talk through ways to address these issues in meaningful, practical ways. If you've seen ads about Project 25 or heard campaign language around education reform, you know that some proposals focus on changing curriculum standards, including limiting discussions of gender identity and sexual orientation in classrooms. This could create uncertainty or fear for students, especially those who already feel marginalized. It is important for us as educators to stay informed about these policy shifts and to advocate, where we can, for classrooms that respect every student's identity. But we also have to be prepared to navigate any restrictions while still fostering an environment that feels safe and respectful. Our classrooms can offer refuge for students feeling uncertain. We can do this by emphasizing the core values of respect and inclusion in our class norms and through our actions every day. We can also acknowledge current events in an age-appropriate way. Some students may be aware of the political changes and may have concerns. We should acknowledge their feelings without straying into advocacy or opinions, and instead reaffirm that the music room remains a place where each person is valued. Regardless of policies, there are ways to make our classrooms affirming and respectful spaces for all students. Here's how we can prioritize inclusion in the day-to-day. Names and pronouns. Using students' chosen names and pronouns remains one of the simplest, most affirming actions we can take. By building this into our classroom routine, we create a culture of respect without it needing to be a controversial topic. Curriculum choices and representation. Even if certain subjects are restricted, we still have flexibility when it comes to repertoire selection and the stories we share, including works by diverse composers and musicians. Helps show students that the music world is open and welcoming to everyone. Non-gendered grouping. Make your music groups flexible. Avoid dividing parts by traditional gender roles and let students select roles that fit them best. This small change helps create a more inclusive space. With the political ads and ongoing news coverage around topics like Project 25, some students might have heightened anxiety or feel like they have fewer places to be themselves. How can we, as music educators, help maintain a supportive classroom culture? Create a unified classroom approach. Reinforce the idea that our classroom is a community built on shared respect. We may have different backgrounds, beliefs, and experiences, but in music, we work together toward a common goal. Music inherently brings us together, and this is a message students need to hear. Providing mental health resources. As students process these changes, they may benefit from having access to counselors or peer support networks. Let students know about available resources if they need more support. And then advocating within the system. Where possible, educators can advocate for policies within their school and districts that protect and support all students, including transgender youth. This doesn't have to be direct advocacy in the classroom, but can involve working with administrators and parents to ensure your classroom remains a safe space. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Music Room. Supporting all students is more crucial than ever, and despite the challenges, we have the tools to foster a classroom that respects each student's unique identity. Let's stay committed to learning, listening, and growing alongside our students. Share your thoughts or strategies with us in the comments. How are you approaching these topics in your classrooms? Let's keep working together to make a positive difference for all students. All right, until next time, this has been Brant Schneider in the Music Room.